Tell me a little bit about the show, because the origin story is actually really interesting, with it being based off of the book, an actual man's real experience being a doctor at Bellevue Hospital.
Absolutely. So it's based on a book called 12 Patients, Life and Death at Bellevue Hospital. And that is a memoir by Dr. Eric Mannheimer, who was the chief medical director at Bellevue for from 97 to, I think he was there for like 15 years. And so he wrote about these 12 patients that struck him in terms of the kind of the socio-political representation. I mean, he's addressing poverty, class, the economy, looking at kind of the issues in society through the prism of the healthcare, the fractured healthcare service. So it's really quite fascinating to look at these 12 patients, where they stand in society, what that means for society, and also some of them are stranger than fiction, the stories. And you think if you made that up, you wouldn't necessarily believe it. And then the most interesting thing is he's actually one of the 12 patients that he's talking about. So he actually suffered with throat cancer while he was medical director. So to be a patient and run an institution, he was really experiencing the healthcare service from both sides of the line. So it's really interesting to get that perspective on it.
So taking that book, are those stories necessarily going to be in New Amsterdam? Are we going to see each of those 12 patients?
Good question. And what do we do when they run out? We need a whole series. Yes, so they're modified slightly, but they are taken, in essence, I think in the first episode we have one, in the second that we're touching on two, but he's actually a producer on the show. So when we run out of those 12, he can kind of keep it in the same vein as his vision. But it's amazing because the creator, David Schulner, he said he was so tired of going to dinner parties and having really deep, wonderful conversations with colleagues and at these parties about relevant issues, and then going back to his desk and writing about superheroes. I mean, there's a place for superheroes. We all love a superhero. But he just felt like he wanted to talk about what was going on right now. So he has a very clear vision and a really good voice, but having Dr. Mannheimer there to kind of, taper that all in, I feel like it's a really authentic representation.